Okay, this is my audience. Have you ever wanted to fall in love with a place of wonder and beauty? Well, I have just the place for your next vacation. It'll be full of fun, excitement, and relaxation. I'm going to inform you about the vacation destination of South Dakota. First, I'll tell you about the numerous fun things that you can do in South Dakota. Then I'll tell you how much you should budget for your trip. And lastly, I'll tell you what you should pack. There's so many fun things to do in South Dakota. It's hard to choose what to do, so you might want to stay there for at least a week so you can plan everything out. The most popular tourist attraction in South Dakota is the Great Monument of Mount Rushmore. And during your excursion there, you will find out many facts about this historic landmark. It took 14 years to build, and it was about 6.5 years because it was on and off again construction. And it was crafted from dynamite explosives, and it took 400 unemployed miners to create this wonderful monument. If you want to take your breath away moment when you go to see Mount Rushmore, you'll definitely want to view the landmark at night. And there's also a lot of camping and hiking around Mount Rushmore. And this information came from the Mount Rushmore and the Badlands travel booklet by the American Park Network, and it was published and edited by Mark J. Saperstein. Close to Mount Rushmore is a 244,000-acre park called the Badlands National Park. You can look for miles and spot no sign of civilization. This remarkable park has the most unique land structures, and the Lakota Indians called it land bad because thousands of years ago there were volcanoes that just erupted all over the place, and then it flooded, and then later on it became dry and just deserty. And that's what it looks like today. There's tons of buttes, mountains, and pinnacles just all over the place. And there's also a drive in Badlands National Park called the Badlands Loop, and it's just a scenic drive for people who love the outdoors and want to take a tour of the park. And there's a lot of camping. And there's also an awesome park called the Wind Cave National Park. And there's one of the largest caves called Namesake Cave, and then there's also a Jewel Cave, and they're pretty cool to go through. And there's guided tours through the caves, and there's trails in there where you can just walk around, or else there's trails that you go on with tour groups, and you can climb all over the cave with experienced instructors. And there's another cool place that you can go to. It's a little bit out of the way from where Mount Rushmore is, and it's called the Corn Palace. It's in Mitchell, South Dakota, and it's a very interesting place to visit. The whole building's made out of corn. And this information came from the AAA Tour Book 2010 edition. After you've planned all your after you've made all your plans, you're going to want to set a budget for your trip. It's going to be about $1,000 per person to fly there, give or take a little bit. Each airline's different. And I got that from Expedia.com. Just punched in some numbers. It'll be a little different when you want to travel, too. Then you're going to want to save a couple $100s for different expenses, the rental car, camping, souvenirs, and other miscellaneous items. And it costs $8 to get into Mount Rushmore, but it's a year pass, so if you want to go once during the day and once at night, you'll get a seat at both times. And there's also helicopter and hot air balloon tours around the monument. And to get into the Badlands National Park, it's $15 for a carload of people, which isn't bad. You can go camping there. And to get into Wind Cave National Park, it's free to walk around, but if you want to tour the cave, it's about $15 per person. And it's free to get into the Corn Palace and take a tour. And the grand total for your adventurous vacation is approximately $1,323 per person. It sounds like a lot, but this is if you're being conservative in your spending, so you're going to want to save up for a little bit before you do this. So, the weather in South Dakota can be kind of tricky to plan for. The summers are really just wretchedly hot with high humidity, and the winters are really cold and just freezing cold. The last time I was there during the winter, it was -10 degrees with -50-degree wind chill, so if that's cold, if that's not cold, I don't know what is. For summer vacation, you're going to want to pack just normal summer clothes, t-shirts and shorts, and lots of sunscreen and lots of bug spray because the mosquitoes are really thick due to the high humidity. And for winter, you're probably not going to want to visit there during the winter if you're going to want to sightsee because it's just too cold to go anywhere or do anything. The roads are frozen over, there's a lot of snow, so you'll probably want to plan to go either in the spring or the fall. And for spring or fall, you'll just want to expect either hot or cold, rainy or sunny, just pack for a little bit of everything. I have explained the thorough trip to South Dakota by telling you what adventurous things there is to do there, how to pack for it, and how much you're going to spend on your trip. Next time you plan a vacation, you'll have this in your memory, so if you want to go there, this will help you know what to expect for an awesome vacation, and it'll be a trip that you'll never forget. After thoroughly planning this trip for South Dakota, you're sure to have an awesome time adventuring. Have fun.